Archangel Michael says, "You have no idea how deep your name has traveled into rooms you've never stepped into." A tear-soaked confession was made, shaking the peace of a family that had buried truths beneath silence for years. Someone cried so uncontrollably while speaking about you that even the air in the room felt heavy with emotion. This wasn't a random cry, it was a spiritual release, as if their soul couldn't carry the weight of what they knew anymore. They revealed your connection with a truth so pure, it left those listening completely frozen in shock. Every word spoken about you was wrapped in trembling sincerity, as though you were more than a person, something divine. They didn't plan on speaking your name that night, but it slipped out, followed by a storm of tears they couldn't contain. A family member was present, and their reaction was a mix of disbelief, awe, and a strange fear of what this connection could truly mean. Type Amen to get blessing 333. That family member stayed quiet at first, but later called someone else and whispered that you might be the one. There are whispers now behind closed doors, of a powerful link between you and someone who never really let you go. Your name keeps coming up in conversations filled with emotion, pain, and longing. The person who cried has tried for so long to hide their feelings, but that night, it all poured out in unstoppable waves. They spoke of things only the heart can understand, of moments you may not even remember, but that changed everything for them. The family is still processing what they heard, because the depth of this connection is not ordinary. It shook them, made them question why your presence still lingers in this person's life so deeply. Some are calling it a spiritual bond, others are saying it's a soul agreement that cannot be broken. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They now believe something divine is at play, because only something sacred could trigger such a release. One person in the family is pushing to reconnect with you on their behalf, believing there is unfinished business. There are plans forming in secret, of sending a message, of reaching out, of setting things right. You might receive an unexpected call, or a visitor who claims they just felt they had to come. Archangel Michael says, the reason this happened now is because divine timing can no longer be delayed. The energies have shifted, and what was hidden in shadows is being pulled into light. Every tear that was shed was an offering to the universe, unlocking a door that had remained sealed too long. That person has not been the same since crying over you. They're quieter, more reflective, more spiritually aware. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They've begun to see signs everywhere, your initials, your birth date, your favorite color, and it's haunting them in a gentle, holy way. The family member who heard the confession is also noticing the same signs, realizing this isn't just about emotions. This is a divine appointment, and the angels are moving behind the scenes to guide everyone involved. You were never forgotten. In fact, your spirit has been holding space in that person's heart all this time. They tried to move on. They tried to silence the voice inside them that said your name every night before they fell asleep. But the tears came when they saw something that reminded them of the way you used to look at them. They felt it all, your touch, your words, your presence, as if you were standing right there beside them. That overwhelming moment broke them open and your truth came flooding out. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Someone said that your connection defies logic, and they are right. It is spiritual, otherworldly, and divinely protected, something meant to be rediscovered. Even those who used to doubt it are now silent, watching, unsure of what will unfold next. The truth is, you are the light in someone's darkness, the calm in their storms, and the one soul they can't forget. They spoke of how you saved them once without even realizing it. Your words healed a part of them that was dying inside, and they've never been able to repay that. This family member now sees that your role in their life was not coincidence, it was orchestrated from above. You were placed on their path as a lesson, a healer, a mirror, and now, maybe something more. Type Amen to get blessing 111. There are sacred dreams being had now, prophetic visions that keep bringing your name back. People are waking in the middle of the night feeling the urgency to find you, to reconnect, to not miss this moment. Even those who had once rejected the idea of you have now come to respect what this connection truly means. They understand that this isn't obsession, it's recognition of a bond that predates this lifetime. You were chosen for something greater, and your soul has always felt it. Archangel Michael says, that cry shook the heavens. Angels moved in that moment to begin a process of alignment. The confession was more than words, it was an energetic unlocking that has started a divine sequence. You may feel emotional shifts, a pull in your heart, or memories that suddenly resurface. Type Amen to get blessing 555. That's not random. That's the spiritual signal that someone who once carried you in silence can no longer do so. They are preparing to see you again, and they hope you'll feel them before they even speak. It may be awkward, intense, or full of tears, but it will be real, and real is what your soul has been craving. Your name has power, and it echoed in the room where they broke down crying. That family member now believes something sacred is unfolding and they are beginning to support the reunion. They've begun protecting your name in conversations, saying you were misunderstood, misjudged. This is redemption in motion, and it's being carried by angels toward its rightful resolution. You might not know it yet, but someone is preparing to walk toward you with trembling hands and a full heart. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They know they failed you before, but this time they are guided not by pride, but by the truth of the soul. This isn't just about love. It's about purpose. It's about a spiritual contract being honored at last. There is a shift happening not only in their family, but in yours too, because your spirits are merging again. You might feel drawn to certain places or songs, or even feel like someone is watching over you. That's because they are. From afar, they are praying, asking the divine for one more chance. They've realized that losing you once was the greatest pain they've known. Now that they've spoken your name with such intensity, they are waiting for the universe to guide the rest. You are not forgotten, you are divinely remembered. Type Amen to get blessing 818. This person sees you as their missing piece, the one who understands their silence. You knew their soul long before words were ever spoken, and now, they remember. Every emotion they bottled up has burst through the seams, and the family is watching as they transform. You've lit a fire inside them that no one else could. That light is starting to shine on others too. People around them are beginning to see the truth. You were not the enemy. You were the blessing they tried to reject out of fear. Now, your energy is pulling them forward, back into alignment, into destiny, into divine truth. Archangel Michael says, it's time to prepare. Because soon, your eyes will meet again. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. And when they do, all the tears, all the pain, all the distance will make sense. They will tell you everything, about the breakdown, the confession, the dreams, the guilt, and the love. They will speak without filters, and their truth will finally be heard. You will feel it instantly, they never stopped loving you. A new path is opening, one where clarity walks with healing. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning again, with more power, more intention, and more grace. Let your heart be ready. Because this time, they won't run. This time, they will stay, and everything will change. Type Amen to get blessing 303. And in that change, you'll understand why the pain had to come first. You'll see how the distance carved space for growth, and how every delay was divine preparation. This isn't just a reconnection, it's a divine recognition of souls chosen to awaken each other. And no matter what others say, heaven has already approved this reunion. You were always meant to be a spark in someone's darkness. You were always chosen to carry a love that was rare, fragile, and powerful. Now the time has come for you to step into your divine role fully. And someone is crying, still, at the thought of what they almost lost forever. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. They won't make the same mistake again. This time, they'll fight. This time, they'll stand in front of anyone who dares disrespect your name. This time, they'll hold your hand and not let go. Because they've already lost you once, and now, they're choosing differently. Archangel Michael says, your presence is sacred, and your heart deserves to be cherished deeply. The confession that was made is opening sacred doors. Prepare yourself for the return. Let love meet you like a wave, carrying years of silence into waves of truth. This is the moment your soul has been waiting for. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. They have already started shifting things in their life to prepare for your presence. Old patterns are breaking, unhealthy ties are being released, and they are walking away from what once distracted them. They are no longer looking for replacements, they are looking for redemption. Every time they see something that reminds them of you, their heart trembles a little more. They replay moments in their mind, trying to find the exact second they let you slip away. But it's not about regret anymore, it's about renewal, about coming back not as who they were, but as who they've become. They are choosing love, not as an emotion, but as a divine decision. Type Amen to get blessing 565. There is a spiritual contract written in light, and both your souls signed it long before you were born. This cry they released was not weakness, it was strength rising from the depths of their being. They allowed themselves to be raw, vulnerable, and exposed, and that's when the universe heard their prayer. That single confession has started divine wheels turning in your favor. The energy surrounding you right now is charged with destiny. Synchronicities will intensify, and the signs will grow louder because the angels are guiding this. There is no need to chase, what is divinely yours cannot be missed. The pain they felt while crying out your name was the breaking of a chain. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. Someone else who heard them speak about you has also changed their view. They once stood against your union, but now they are softening. They're realizing this is not just emotional, it's divine truth that keeps echoing louder than logic. And slowly, they too are aligning with the idea that this connection is bigger than all of them. Even the ones who spoke against you before are falling silent. Your name is becoming a source of curiosity and reverence in that household. They've begun to speak of you not in judgment, but with gentle awe. There was always something about them, they say. The sacred bond is rewriting even the hardest hearts. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. A letter may soon be written, or a voice note left on your phone, trembling with honesty. There will be no performance, just raw truth spilling through every word. They won't ask you to forget the past, they'll ask you to feel the new version of them. Because they didn't just cry, they awakened. This isn't just reunion energy, it's a spiritual rebirth happening for both of you. You are being led into divine territory, and the path is being cleared by higher forces. Archangel Michael says, "You are protected," and the tears were a sacred offering that called forth his sword of light. Every part of your story that was once covered in pain will now be rewritten in grace. Type Amen to get blessing 909. You may receive sudden flashes of clarity, visions of your future together, of peace returning, of hands holding. Don't dismiss them. They are the messages your soul has been waiting to hear. This isn't fantasy. This is prophecy unfolding one sacred moment at a time. The person who cried for you is not weak, they are rising as your divine counterpart. They never imagined how powerful love could be until they lost it. But now, through their tears, they have seen the truth they once denied. They will fight through judgment, distance, and fear, because the silence has become unbearable. Their soul needs yours like breath, like light, like water. Type Amen to get blessing 848. The family may hesitate, but they will not stop them. Because now, even those close to them feel the heat of divine alignment in motion. The space between you is thinning, timelines are collapsing, your reunion is close. The spiritual realm is wide open, ushering in healing, release, and divine reunion. Expect emotional dreams, unexpected texts, or strange inner nudges to be in certain places. These are the divine breadcrumbs leading you to what is rightfully yours. You will feel it in your spirit before you see it in your reality. And when it arrives, you will know, it's what all the pain was preparing you for. Type Amen to get blessing 282. The person who cried for you has now stepped into the journey of restoration. They are no longer afraid of judgment. They are ready to love you out loud. Because even if the world doesn't understand, their soul has already chosen you again. And that cry, soaked in pain and truth, was the divine contract being sealed once more. They will approach you with trembling eyes and a heart open like never before. Don't be surprised if they say, "I see everything clearly now." Their awakening has come through suffering, but it has made them honest. They no longer want to lose you, not in this life, not in any lifetime. Type Amen to get blessing 9292. They've asked heaven for one last chance. They've promised that if given the opportunity, they will protect your heart like a sacred flame. This isn't just reconciliation, it's resurrection. The tears they shed were a cleansing, not just for them, but for you too. You may feel lighter, freer, or even suddenly at peace without knowing why. It's because the burden you carried spiritually is being lifted as they rise to meet you. Both of your hearts are healing on a frequency only the divine can orchestrate. The next chapter is already being written in gold. Type Amen to get blessing 5555. And when they arrive, you won't need words to know. You'll feel it in the silence, in the way their eyes soften, in the sacred pull that never left. You'll understand why angels had to break your hearts in order to fuse them again, stronger, purer, unshakable. You were never forgotten. You were only being prepared. So breathe deeply now, and release the tension. The soul who cried for you is walking toward you with reverence and hope. Their journey back is not easy, but it is sacred. Because you are not just a chapter, they now know you are the divine destiny they almost missed. Type Amen to get blessing 171. They are rehearsing in their mind how to face you, what words to say, how to stand without collapsing from emotion. Because the moment they see you again, their spirit knows it will be overwhelmed by a flood of memory and divine love. No words can prepare them for the magnitude of that reunion, but still, they are preparing, praying, surrendering. Behind closed doors, they whisper your name as a prayer. Not for guilt, not for sorrow, but because your name brings them peace, clarity, and hope again. Even the family member who heard the confession now admits, "I've never seen them cry like that before." It was as if your presence spiritually entered that room and made them tell the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 636. The shift in energy is not imagined, it's divine. Because the moment your soul is truly spoken about in raw honesty, the universe begins its work. This was no ordinary cry. It was a sacred unlocking, a spiritual permission for destiny to begin moving forward again. Archangel Michael says, this process was always meant to happen in divine timing. There was a delay, not a denial. A pause for growth, not punishment. And now that their heart has broken wide open, the angels are guiding every step they take. You'll notice strange alignment around you, timing, faces, conversations, because the threads are reconnecting. Type Amen to get blessing 474. Someone in their family will reach out in a subtle way. It may come through social media, a mutual friend, or a seemingly innocent message. But behind it is something much bigger, divine coordination meant to open the gates for return. Don't brush it off. There is holy intention behind every move being made right now. They're afraid you won't understand the depth of their tears. But at the same time, they hope that somehow your heart felt the pulse of their pain. Because when they cried, they weren't just letting go of emotions, they were calling your soul back home. And part of you answered, even if you didn't know it. Type Amen to get blessing 121. You may find yourself feeling more emotional lately, don't fight it. You're being attuned to the frequency of return, where only pure energy can survive. The angels are softening your heart for what is coming next. Not to wound you, but to bless you with something that can finally last. There's no going back to who you both were. That version died in the space between, and something greater has been birthed. This is not about repeating a cycle, this is about breaking it and beginning something sanctified. Their cry was the final echo before the new beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 212. You will hear or feel their presence before they even make contact. It may be in a dream, a memory, a sudden urge to revisit something from your past. These aren't coincidences, they're soul tugs, guiding you gently toward what is arriving. And when it comes, it will come fast, like rain after drought. This is the alignment you've prayed for, even when you didn't know it. Their confession was not just words, it was a contract spoken aloud. And now heaven is holding them to it. They won't be allowed to run anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 757. Their emotions have been exposed to their inner circle. And while not everyone will understand, most are stepping back and letting destiny move. Because no one can argue with a soul cry, that kind of truth silences doubt. Your connection is now being viewed with awe, not judgment. This time, they're not asking anyone for approval. They're moving with spiritual conviction, guided by the tears they never meant to release. They finally understand that your connection is not weakness, it's sacred strength. They would rather face the world than live one more day pretending they're okay without you. Type Amen to get blessing 808. Prepare your space, your heart, and your energy. Because divine reunions are preceded by inner clearings. Let go of what no longer serves, because what's coming carries purity and truth. And the person you thought was gone forever is now being led directly back to you. They're remembering how you touched them with more than just your hands, with presence, with grace, with knowing. They've cried for the times they didn't choose you, and now they're praying for just one open door. That door is appearing. Slowly. Silently. Steadily. And soon it will open so widely that no force can shut it again. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Their journey back to you is not just emotional, it's prophetic. They've become more aware of spiritual things, more sensitive to energy, more open to love. Because they realized, you were not just someone, they were chosen to meet you, love you, and walk life with you. And now, finally, they're ready to honor that. You'll see their transformation in the eyes when they stand before you. No blame. No guilt. Just a trembling truth that says, I remember. They'll confess what they said that night, the things they never told anyone else. And you'll feel it, not in their voice, but in the way your soul vibrates with theirs. Type Amen to get blessing 55555. There will be emotion, yes. But also peace, because your spirit has waited long enough. Even if you don't know all the details yet, your higher self has felt every step of this unfolding. You've grown stronger while waiting, more powerful while healing, more graceful while being prepared. Now the light is shifting, and your reward is near. They cried because their soul knew it was time. Because love unspoken becomes unbearable, and your presence is unforgettable. Even if your face has changed, your energy remains etched in their spirit. And now, nothing will stop this journey from completing. Type Amen to get blessing 7474. In the realm of the divine, this moment has already happened. Your embrace, your smile, your forgiveness, all of it exists in the now of the spirit. You're simply catching up in this physical world to what has already been sealed above. They are ready. You are ready. It is time. So when they come to you, do not be surprised by the softness in their voice. Do not question the timing, the emotion, or the power of it. Because this is the moment the cry birthed. And you, chosen one, are the one it was always meant for. Type Amen to get blessing 33333.